see these situations Shakespeare creates, and it's supposed to reflect the ridiculousness of life. It asks the question, is it always going to be this intense? And the answer is yes, but it's wonderful and it's beautiful.
Essentially, at its bare bones, As You Like It is a story about finding love.
So Orlando flees the court, Rosalind's kicked out, they find me, Duke Senior, they get together and create this kind of whole new family.
Rosalind, in disguise as Ganymede, finds out that the love of her life, Orlando, is also in the forest. But she wants to know if Orlando really likes her, so she, as Ganymede, decides to test the bounds of Orlando's love by saying that Ganymede will pretend to be Rosalind, and hijinks ensue, and then it all just sort of gets convoluted, but then they all get married in the end.
The main theme that I would say, and this is pretty much universal with every single Shakespeare comedy, is love triumphs. In a sense, everything that we do to find love.
There's the theme of allowing love to take its hold, even if that's scary or uncharted territory.
The thing with Duke Senior is that he's a stoic. He just lost everything. He lost an entire kingdom, and he just finds love in the forest. He's just in love with it.
When you get into the woods, it absolutely thematically aligns with the true self. Once you get out there, that's where we eventually see who Rosalind really is. So I think the idea of country life really is the idea that nature does reflect inner change and inner self. And that's never anything the court was going to reflect.
Modern text is kind of very straightforward in how you can play a character, but with Shakespeare, it's very flexible.
That's what Shakespeare was intended for, is playing the parts, not reading it.
Once you realize that and realize that these characters you're playing aren't something unattainable, they're all just like people, then it starts to all become a lot more clear.
By repeating it and repeating and repeating and going through the text multiple times, you can pick apart all the little clues that Shakespeare left behind on how to exactly play the character. And it's by getting in that repetition and grinding that into your brain that you can really get a firmer hold of the character.
I think what helped me get into character the most was working off of Mary. That sense of sisterhood instantly made so much make sense.
The cape was my absolute favorite part of the entire costume. The day that the director told me, we got a cape for you, I lost my mind. I was like, this is gonna be incredible. I found one song that made me feel peaceful, so I would listen to that and go over my lines, so that when I'm saying my lines, that song would be in my head. It would immediately come up with this happiness and this joy that would immediately put me into Duke Senior.
Being able to do a show again after so long with Angie was just really a treat.
Angie is always wonderful because she really helps make Shakespeare relatable and attainable. She can help break down a scene in a way that's, this is what he says, but what's the historical context? What would people actually be looking for? What would the audience be looking for in this scene? You want everything to be authentic and true. So in every moment, you constantly have to be reinventing. And I think that Caitlin was awesome at bringing that out in the actresses and the actors.
A lot of the funniest parts in the play are the result of Caitlin being like, why don't we try this? Or how about we take it this direction? She really helped us all bring our characters to life.
Coming out of COVID, not being able to do shows or even doing shows over Zoom, there was obviously that pressure to where it's like, put on a good show. But the reason we were able to put on a good show is because we all love our craft and we all love and respect each other.
Being able to come back from such a rough year and such a rough time with a play that is so joyous, it really uplifted all of our spirits, all of the people who were involved in it.
Having the audience react is, whatever anyone says, is always going to be a part of stage theater. It's really humbling to have people there watching you, falling in love with your story, you know?
Having that opportunity to really work through and really find that piece of myself through Orlando, it was a pivotal growing point for me as an actor. Now that I've played Orlando and I know what it is to like embody like a leading role as a leading man, it gave me the confidence that I needed to tackle further projects in the future.
Initially, I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is the story of Wednesday and Lucas, but we decided it's really a story of Gomez and Morticia and how they have to deal with handing a child over to someone else. That's very difficult.
Playing Morticia, she is in a way a role model for me when I was doing the part. You kind of just have to be confident to play Morticia.